welcome to Reflect and Rejoice. Thank you for joining us. I'd like to share a little bit about Psalm 116 because it's a psalm that's blessed me time and time again. We don't know who wrote the psalm, but we know it was one of a collection of psalms that would be chanted in the temple in Jerusalem while the Passover lambs were being slain, and the people would be remembering their deliverance from Egypt. Jesus would have sung this psalm before he went to the cross. He says some wonderful things about the Lord and how he relates to us. I'm just going to read the first 7 verses. I love the Lord, for he heard my voice. He heard my cry for mercy. Because he turned his ear to me, I will call on him as long as I live. The cords of death entangled me. The anguish of the grave came over me. I was overcome by distress and sorrow. Then I called on the name of the Lord. Lord, save me. The Lord is gracious and righteous. Our God is full of compassion. The Lord protects the unwary. When I was brought low, he saved me. Return to your rest, my soul, for the Lord has been good to you. So we don't know the personal circumstances of the psalmist, but we know that his testimony has been echoed down through the ages. I love you, Lord, for you heard my voice. And he relates some terrible life-threatening experience. And then goes on to say, he heard my cry for mercy. It really sounded pretty desperate. But you know, what did he do when he was in that desperate situation? He cried to the Lord. And what did the Lord do? The Lord heard him. I love it. The Lord has a listening ear for all those in distress. You know, our cry for help might be bungled and muddled and inarticulate, but whatever it's like, he hears and he cares and he responds. You know, in another part of the Bible, we read, no trial has overtaken you that is not faced by others. And God is faithful. He will not let you be tried beyond what you're able to bear. But with the trial will also provide a way out so that you may be able to bear it. You know, that's been my experience in recent months. When I cried out to the Lord in desperation sometimes, he came speedily with help in some form or another, sometimes in most unexpected ways. And I tell you that not because I'm anybody special, but because what he's done for me, I'm sure he'll do for you too. He hears our desperate cries. And verse 2 says, because he turned his ear to me. Isn't that incredible? Billions of people on the planet, and yet the Lord cares about each one of us. But that's what he's like, you know, that's what he's like. He says, because he turned his ear to me, I will call on him as long as I live. We don't know what the circumstances were. It could be that the psalmist dabbled in some kind of idolatry, but now he was saying, stuff it. Now I'm turning to you, Lord, you alone, for the rest of my days. Of course, the Lord uses circumstances and people and medicines, but it's ultimately him who initiates the help, and it comes from him. In verses 3 and 4, the psalmist describes in general terms the predicament he was in, but then in verses 5 and 6, he moves on to a lovely description of the Lord. The Lord is gracious and righteous. Our God is full of compassion. The Lord protects the unwary. When I was brought low, he saved me. That's what the Lord of heaven and earth is like. Let's ignore the bad press he gets. He's gracious and righteous. He's full of compassion. And then finally, verse 7. I don't know about you. Are you looking for some soul rest in these very troubled days? the psalmist decides he's going to do what other psalmists do here. He's going to give himself a little pep talk. And he says, "Return to your rest, my soul, for the Lord has been good to you." He looked back and he saw how merciful the Lord had been to him in his most recent struggle. And he's now saying to himself, now quieten down inside. Let your heart be at peace. Just look back and see what the Lord's done. And remembering what the Lord's done in the past, how he's helped us in the past, gives us incredible encouragement for the future. And that's my prayer for you today, that you'll be able to look back and see what God's done for you in the past and look forward with great hope and confidence in him. Thank you.